what to do with a 1099-C. We get this a lot at this time of year, of course, the first quarter of the year when tax season comes around. So we get a lot of questions about 1099-Cs. And I tell people there's four main things that I want you to remember about a 1099-C and if you should receive one. Number one, and most importantly, and overrides everything else, is you must talk to your tax professional about it. Nothing in this video is going to cover all the ramifications. Your tax professional knows much more about your specific situation, so you have to talk to your tax professional. Let him or her know about the 1099-C and seek their advice as to exactly how to handle it. Number one. Number two is don't assume that the 1099-C is correct. I've seen many. In over 30 years of doing this and having done my own, I see 1099-Cs that don't have the correct date. That is, they're canceling the debt in 21 and they're giving you the 1099-C in 23. That would be incorrect. I've seen incorrect amounts. Bank of America gives you a 1099-C for X when actually the amount canceled is different. I've seen the fact that it shouldn't even be canceled. I personally contested a case against myself in court, won the case, got a dismissal. That is, or didn't owe any sums of money, and then received a 1099-C. In my view, there was no cancellation of debt. There was determined that there was no debt due. And yet, I got a 1099-C. I contested that on my tax return. So don't assume it's correct, and let your, again, tax preparer know what issues, if any, that you have there. Third, always put it on your tax return. This 1099-C has been reported to the IRS. They have that information. If you don't put it on your tax return, then they'll assume that you did that in error. They'll assume that it is legitimate income. Just like if you don't put a W-2 on there, they will add that income and assess tax liability. So if you get a 1099-C, you must put it on there. The IRS doesn't know if you dispute it or if it's incorrect unless you tell them. So make sure that you include it on your tax return. Finally, don't assume that because you received it that you have a tax liability. There are people who have income, W-2 income, who pay little or no taxes. So a 1099-C doesn't automatically mean you have to pay an additional tax. There's all other sorts of remedies, hardship forms, insolvency forms for the IRS. Again, that's your tax preparer should know about and alert you to. So the determination of whether or not that 1099-C creates any additional tax liability is not automatic. So again, see your tax preparer, report your 1099-Cs. Don't assume that it's correct. You got to do some legwork to protect yourself. Good luck to you.